Hey, do you want to see monkeys, macaws, and iguanas? Oh my, you should head to Gumbalimba Preservation Park in Roatan, Honduras. We took this cruise through Royal Caribbean, but if you're just visiting Roatan or are on another cruise line, I'd recommend checking this place out. We started the day with a bus ride, about 20 minutes from the port to the park. They kept us divided into groups, so we were traveling with people who were on the same ship and thus on the same schedule. Because ships can dock and leave at different times, it's important to stay with your group and get on the right buses so you end up back at the right ship. Seeing the countryside during the bus ride was really nice. If you like lush tropical hillsides, you're going to enjoy this ride. Roatan is a small island about 40 miles off the northern coast of the Honduran mainland and is only 32 square miles of land, making it about 50% bigger than the island of Manhattan, but with only 110,000 people. Once we arrived at Gumbalimba Preservation Park, we found that lockers were available for rent. They're definitely big enough to pack quite a bit into. They really don't want you to bring too much on the tours, just cameras and water bottles, so you'll need to plan on storing everything else that you bring in one of these lockers. After packing things up, our tour guide showed us around the park, pointing out the wild iguanas living all over the place as well as the other sites. There was a wobbly bridge to cross and several steps going up and down all throughout the tour, so keep that in mind if you've got any mobility issues. We stopped to take pictures with macaws that live at the park. We were free to use our own cell phones and cameras to take pictures at this point. That was really nice. Then it was off to the monkeys. The Panamanian white-faced capuchin monkeys on site are still wild, but many of them are used to humans and human feeding, so they will climb right up on you once they're given a treat. Don't try to pet them or restrict their movement, they will definitely bite. Again, you can use your own cell phones to take pictures, but they hold all your bags and water bottles at this point to make sure the monkeys don't steal them. I assume it's also to stop people from stealing monkeys. That may have happened in the past, but they don't actually call that out, so that's just a guess. Either way, you're not going to be able to bring a bag. Our tour then went to one of the iguana feeding spots. These things are huge, but definitely not something you get up close to, so you'll just have to enjoy looking at them from a distance. They also have some indoor exhibits for some of the insects and beetles that are native to the region. No one seemed to be interested in seeing any of these in person while they were alive, especially if they were going to be crawling around on you. I made a joke about them offering an experience where you get to hold them to somebody.
This is for real? Like, this is for real? Yes. That's crazy.
They have a place outside, they'll put them on your shoulder
I
and
don't
get
know.
pictures. There were also a couple of models that they had built that show you where you are. One is over the entire island, including the cruise ports, and there's another one that shows the whole Gumbalimba Park in miniature. The little wire overhead represents the zip line, which we didn't do on this trip, but looks really impressive. It is an additional charge though. We opted to head to the beach since there was a large group of us and we wanted to spend a little more time hanging out. Plus, we were worried about time and having to rush the zipline experience, so maybe next time we come. After a short time at the beach, we loaded up on the buses and took the main road back to the port. We got a sight of that cruise ship, which is always great to see, knowing that it hasn't left without you. This wasn't an all-day excursion, but depending on when it happens, you may not have much time in the port when you get back, so just keep an eye on your schedule. The port area of Roatan is under a lot of construction, but we're coming back next year, so it'll be interesting to see how much it changes over the next 12 months. This isn't the only excursion we've done on a Royal Caribbean cruise in the Caribbean. We've also done swimming with stingrays, aviary tours, and even helmet diving. Take a look at those videos or watch some of my videos about cruising in general with the playlist on my channel. And as always, stay curious and have a good one.